Welcome back to the last video in our series on bath planning. And this time we're looking at the toileting center. What kinds of tasks and activities happen in the toileting center? Right? Well, people use the toilet either seated, standing, or squatting, depending on personal preference, gender, and culture. Right? There also, what other activities? There could be reading. There's definitely cleaning activities. And there are some personal cleansing and feminine hygiene activities. In general, we count on just one single user per toilet compartment. And the major fixtures here are the toilet, also called the WC or the water closet, right? The bidet and urinal, right, are secondary fixtures that could be in this area. And you want to consider ventilation, right? That's very important. Required floor space. We'll go into a lot of detail in that in the next slides. And finally, let's talk about storage in this area. You definitely need to provide toilet paper, feminine hygiene items, and cleaning supplies, including the toilet plunger. And from your bath planning textbook, here is a couple of images of what the toileting center could look like. Let's start out by taking a look at the toilet approach and access. Make sure that you plan a clear floor space, all right, from the front edge of the fixture room, all right, for a standing or a sitting approach, depending on your user. Remember that that's at least 30 by 48 or could be larger. Right. So if you take a look at this illustration here, all right, it's required that you provide this clear floor space. Code requires only 21 inches. All right, the NKBA recommends at least 30 inches up to 48 inches, depending on the specific approach. In general, you need to space your toilet away from obstacles so you're not too tightly hemmed in. Code requires 15 inches from any obstacle to the center line of your toilet. NKBA gives you a little bit more space and recommends 18 inches. This includes obstacles such as this cabinet right here. Right? If you've got multiple fixtures next to each other, all right, for example, this toilet and bidet, then the center line from one fixture to the next should be somewhere between 30 to 36 inches. Sometimes we provide a toilet compartment. This is a separate or enclosed compartment, all right, for a toileting fixture. It's basically a tiny little room for your toilet and or bidet, etc. Right? Now, NKBA recommends at least 42 inches in width, all right, and the depth would be the depth of the toilet fixture, all right, including any gap behind it, right, and you'll find that in your spec sheet when you've selected your products, plus your required clear floor space, all right, for a forward approach. Now, if you're in the preliminary phase and you haven't selected a specific toilet yet, you can use a 66-inch depth, all right, for this recommendation. As usual, the code requirements, the required minimum is a little bit smaller. It's only 30 inches wide by 60 inches deep. Here's an image of what that toilet compartment could look like. In this case, it includes both the toilet and the bidet. All right. In general, the door should swing out for the same reasons as we swung the shower door out. Or if you swing the door in, which is allowed, all right, it's not code required, you do need to leave room for that door swing. All right, increase the depth of your toilet compartment by the width of the door, because in general you do not want to overlap a required clear floor space with your door swing. Assist bars or grab bars are often helpful at the toileting center, all right? But just like with the bathing showering center, you need to work with your specific user to find out exactly what will work for you. Here are some NKBA recommendations, which also align with the ADA regulations. But remember that in a custom residential bathroom, right, you're not required to follow the ADA regulations. Instead, you really need to find out what your user needs. Do you need any electricity at the toileting center? Surprisingly, the answer is yes. It's very popular now to install an electrical outlet near your toilet, all right? And that's to power up a bidet toilet seat or possibly a heated toilet seat, all right? The only requirements are that it's within 4 feet of that toilet because that's the typical cord length. All right. And because you're in a wet area, you should use a GFCI outlet. Thanks, everyone. In this video, we just covered our third and final bath center, the toileting center.